One strap, one block, blanket. Please have those things. Make your way down onto your back. Bend the knees, heel toe your feet wide out onto the mat, all the way to the edges. Take your arms open out to the sides, maybe even above your head, and drop the knees from side to side. Begin to engage with your breath. Observe the breath. Notice the sound. Notice the sensation of the breath as it moves through your body, all the different places where you can sense it moving. Maybe you even notice if there is a particular texture or quality to your breath today, at least right now. The next time the knees are over to the left, please keep them there. Lower the left hand, place it onto your belly. Bring the right arm up and overhead. Take a full, smooth breath in, filling the belly and then filling the chest all the way up. And then open the mouth and let the breath go. Bring the arms out to the sides again, maybe overhead, and drop the knees from side to side a couple more times. And the next time the knees are to the right, keep them there. Place your right hand onto your belly. Bring the left arm up and overhead. If it's not already there, take a full breath in, expand into the front of the belly, the low back, chest, area around the shoulder blades. And release the breath here. Reset the arms, T-shape or overhead, and drop the legs from side to side. Bring the knees to center. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Keep the knees in. Give the body a moment to settle into being in this shape. And then take a full breath in. Puff the belly up towards the thighs, low back down towards the mat. Fill the chest. Fill the space behind the heart. Exhale, draw the knees in a little bit closer. Do it again. Fill fully with breath. Exhale completely, draw the knees in. Once again, fill with breath until you're absolutely cram jam with breath. And then squeeze the breath out. Drop the knees to the left, right arm, open it out to the opposite side. Take a full breath in. Exhale, change sides. Take a full breath in on this side, filling the soft, spacious bits and then also the ribby bits. Exhale, return to center. Place the feet down onto the mat. Find your strap. Unwind your strap. And then hook it around your right foot and reach the leg up towards the ceiling. Your leg may be open towards an obtuse angle. It may be closer in. Look for a 4 on the scale of sensation. Where we find that 4 is going to look very different for every person. So find what 4 means in your body right now. And wherever you're finding that sensation, or I guess where you're finding the height of that sensation, focus another breath right into that area. And then hold firmly onto your straps and begin to pull the strap in closer as you kick the leg away. So pull your strong leg with your strong arms. Relax your jaw. If it's possible, relax your shoulders and kick like you're trying to split your strap into 2 pieces. Inhale and kick a little more. And then exhale, release. Allow the leg to move a little bit further away from you and then draw it in closer towards you. Any amount. Look for, excuse me, frog in my throat. Look for a 4 on the scale of sensation. It may be in a different place now. Once you've found your 4 of sensation, take a breath in towards it. And now engage with it. Pull the strap, kick the foot. Rather, kick the entire leg. Kick, kick, kick like you're trying to close the leg sharply down towards the floor. Inhale, kick. And exhale, soften, release the effort, move the leg a little bit farther away, and then draw it in closer towards you. Look for 4 on the scale of sensation. Take both sides, both ends of the strap into your left hand and draw the leg across your pelvis so that the foot is more or less over the left hip point. We're looking here for a stretch on the outer right leg. So maybe you're finding that in the IT band or anywhere. I don't know. Could be anywhere you're finding the sensation. But the right sitting bone, please anchor it. Please reach it down towards the far end of your mat. And then with the straps in your left hand, press the side of the foot into the strap as you pull on the strap. So resist the leg into the strap, pull the strap, kick the strap, like you're trying to sharply move the right leg, splat out to the right. Inhale, press, pull, and exhale, release. Come back into the stretch, drawing the leg across the body, any amount. And then bring the leg back to center, rebend the knee, give it some time off, extend both legs down the mat. Bring your awareness into your lower body and notice any differences in sensation. There may be a word that you could associate with the difference. Maybe it's just the experience of the sensation itself. Rebend the knees and then hook the strap onto the left foot and reach the foot towards the ceiling. And I'm using ceiling because that's my frame of reference. We're working the leg towards straight, so that may be towards where the wall meets the ceiling. I don't think that you need me to get that specific, but I will. I will do it. Gently draw the leg in towards you. I begin to seek out that 4, a 4 out of 10 on the sensation scale. Take a full breath towards the sensation. And then pull on the strap, kick the leg into the strap. Try to blast through the strap so that your leg closes sharply and just smashes a huge, huge hole into your floor. Inhale, pull and kick. And then exhale, soften, release, move the leg slightly away. And then draw it back in and look for that 4. Draw a breath towards the sensation. And then resist. Pull the strap. Kick it. Use your strong arms to make your strong leg even stronger. Inhale, kick and pull. And then exhale, release, soften, move the leg slightly away, and then pull the leg in. Take the 2 ends of the strap now into your right hand and guide the leg across your body, across the face of your pelvis so that the left foot is more or less above the right hip point. And now reach the left sitting bone towards the far end of your mat. And now pull on the strap with your hand and your arm and kick into the strap in the opposite direction. Kick like you're trying to pull that leg back across your body. Inhale, pull and resist. And exhale, soften. Maybe it feels pleasant to go a little bit further into that stretch with the leg across the body. Maybe not. Bring the leg back up. Release, relinquish the strap. Bend the left leg, return it to the earth, and send both legs long. Notice the 2 sides of the hips and the legs. And then bend your knees and make your way onto your side and onto hands and knees. In our transition time, you can give your hands a little shake out if you'd like. After all that gripping on the strap. I think I've got the world's hardest strap, which refuses to soften 8 years later. These are my struggles. Place your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and take a few cycles of cat-cow. Inhale, fill the body with breath as you lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up. Exhale, press into the hands, round and dome the body in. Use the shape to empty all of the breath out. And do a few more cycles of that. One more round. We'll meet in tabletop position in a neutral spine. If the wrists get tender or sore, you can come up onto your fists. We're going to spend a little bit more time here. Extend the right leg back behind you as though it were in plank pose. So ball of the foot, toes tucked under. And now hover the bent knee. So hover your left knee up off of the floor. There may be a sequence of reactions, of movements, smaller movements that need to happen to allow this to happen. But can you imagine suctioning that left femur up into the hip? Take another full breath here. And then exhale, lower the left knee back down, rest. Change sides. So start from tabletop and then extend the left leg back as though it's in a high plank position. And now lift the right knee slightly up off of the floor. This could be an inch or two, not too much. Can you draw the right femur up in to the hip socket a little bit more? Inhale here. And then exhale, lower down. Tabletop position, then take the knees a little bit wider apart. Press the hips back towards the heels into a child's pose. Maybe the toes are tucked, maybe they're untucked. This is just a moment to rest. Maybe circle out the wrists. Shift forward towards tabletop, hands under the shoulders, bring the knees back under the hips and then tuck the toes. Make your way into downward facing dog. Paw into the hands and pedal into the feet. Maybe explore different parts of the mat with your hands and your feet. Land in a downward facing dog, pressing into the hands. Reach the sitting bones back, maybe the knees are bent. And then inhale, lower your knees to the mat. Exhale to child's pose. Pause in child's pose and take a full cycle of breath. And then walk your hands in towards you. And now tuck your toes under. This may need to happen manually. So pluck each toe out so that they are tucked under. And then maybe you stay here with the hips on the heels. Maybe you come up a little bit higher. Lifting the hips up is often going to be the less intense option. Intensity grows as you add more weight onto the heels. We're going to do a little bit of balancing later, so I would like for us to take just this little bit of time to open up the soles of the feet so that we can perhaps experience a bit more connection to our base. Take one more breath in. And one more breath out. Rock forward, untuck the toes, and then tap the tops of the feet out. It may have been quite intense, so use some whapping here to disperse some of that intensity. Tabletop, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, are you experiencing a different relationship to the soles of your feet? Now, I'd love for everybody to put a slight bend into your knees, just a teensy-tweensy bend. And now imagine pulling the outer side of the knees up towards the outer hips. So contract from the outer knee up to the outer hip. Like there's a band there, and you could firm it up, pull it up. It may take a few times to imagine this activity, this skill, to really find it in the body. So this is just the first time we're trying it. See if it connects. Don't worry, there will be other opportunities during this class to experiment with it. Step your feet out to the edges of your mat. Bend the knees and walk your hands in towards your feet and release the weight of the upper body over the support of your legs. Can you connect with the fluid nature of your spinal column? And imagine that your upper body is water pouring out from your pelvis over your legs. Bring your hands to your shins and inhale. Reach the crown of your head forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold forward, knees bend any amount. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. One more time, fullest breath in, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold inward. Then return to that liquid spine, bend the knees. And like a waterfall moving in reverse, pour yourself all the way up to standing. Once the head is up, take a full breath in as you reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands together in front of your chest. Step to the top of your mat. Place the feet at hip distance. Spread your toes. And then connect the soles of your feet to the earth. Can you imagine spreading the soles of your feet? Maybe they spread out wide, maybe they spread forward to back, maybe out in all directions. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And let's play with that, with the outer hip action again. So imagine drawing the outer knees up to the outer hips. Like there's a band of connection. You could firm it up, pull it up, cinch it up, hoik it up towards the hip. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Your band of connection may naturally soften, that's fine. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step onto your right foot and take the left foot back behind you. Place the back knee down, maybe onto a blanket, and then bring your upper body upright so that you are making 2 90-degree angles with the legs. The 90-degree angles can be approximate. Hello, fly friend. And then move the entire body forward in space. Make it a very subtle movement. Instead of lowering down, just imagine staying where you are and then slightly moving everything forward. We're looking here for some sensation in the front of the left leg. So it may take a few tries to imagine that forward shifting movement in a way that creates that connection. But once you've found it, reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling and then arc the chin down towards your chest. So instead of just dropping it straight down, imagine almost like you're lifting the spine up and over something. Stay here and take a few cycles of a full, smooth breath. We are inviting here a fairly subtle invitation to stretch for the psoas. So by taking the head down, we're adding some weight to the upper portion, the upper vertebrae, which then will create a chain reaction of moving the other vertebrae slightly away from each other. That's the hope. Slowly lift the head back up. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then step the back foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms wide, stand up and look up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. There was a request for some balance work today, and we'll get into that in a more focused way in a little bit. But also please consider all of these changing planes, moving from upright to folding forward, is quite a lot of balance practice also. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press the left foot down and step the right foot back. And place the right knee down. Bring yourself up and make 2 90-degree angles with the legs. And then shift the body forward. Whole body, move it slightly forward. Instead of doing any tucking or tilting in the pelvis, keep it upright, casual, and just slightly move everything in the forward direction. Once you've done that in a way that creates some sensation along the front of the right thigh and hip, then lift the crown of the head up and arc the chin down. Stay here for one more cycle of breath. Then carefully lift the head, reach the arms up. And exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back leg, and then step it forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach wide, press into the feet, stand all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. We're going to set up tree pose as though this were the first time that we're doing this shape ever. Some of us maybe have done this 1,000 times. We're like, yeah, okay, great, got it, boom. But we're going to set up the pose in a way that asks even those of us who have done this a lot to identify some places where we tend to compensate so that we're all working equally. Grab your block. I'm gonna stay facing you. Please place yourself wherever you want to on your mat, but we'll start by standing on the right leg. So with your block, place it next to your right foot so that the right foot points forward. One thing that a lot of us love to do is to move the leg out to the side, which gives us more support. So we're going to be using some different parts of strength by implementing this block, which is going to keep that foot just real honest. Bring your hands onto your hips. And now shift more weight onto your right foot. And hover the left foot up off of the floor without bending the knee. So hover the foot maybe an inch or so off the floor. Look at us already balancing. Please find your breath. So by not bending, by lifting the left leg without bending it, so we're not doing this. We're keeping it straight and pressing down even more actively into the standing leg, and possibly even engaging somewhere in that quadratus lumborum, the hip area, to really hike that hip up. And we're still holding. And then place the left foot down, rest for a moment. And then same thing, hover the left foot up off of the floor without bending the knee. But now please do bend the knee any amount, abduct the leg, so open it out to the side, and place it anywhere on the standing leg. This could also be with the big toes or the ball of foot down and the heel resting somewhere on the leg. Really anywhere, as long as you're not using the hand to bring it up. So we're keeping the hands on the hips because now I'd like to ask you to keep both hip points turning forward. Forward and fairly equal from side to side. And now let's work the action we've been playing with a little bit. So firm from the outer right knee up to the outer right hip. And then on the left side as well. Draw the outer knee up to the outer hip. Keep turning the hip points to face forward, side by side to one another. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, release. You can kick your legs out, shake your arms out, do anything else that helps the body to relax and reset itself in between. So I wonder if you are fairly accustomed to that pose, if you found the work in different, maybe surprising places. So with your block, now please place it on the outside of the left foot. And then cozy the left foot up to the side of the block, so it's facing forward. Hands onto your hips. And then hover the right foot up off of the floor without bending the knee. So we are already in quite the strength-oriented balancing pose. If you feel like you're going to topple off kilter, please just put that right foot down as you need to. Set the right foot down. I personally scooted my block out of the way a little bit, so if you did the same, reorient yours. And after a moment of rest, hover the right foot up off of the floor. And now bring your awareness to your hip points and orient them so that they are facing forward and they are in line with each other. Bend the right knee any amount, and then open the leg out to the side and place the leg or the foot onto your standing leg, using your strength, not the help of your hand. That could be using the floor as well. And now reorganize the pelvis. Make it so both hip points are facing forward and side by side. And then firm from the outer left knee to the outer left hip, and the outer right knee to the outer right hip. Really working our lateral hip strength in this. If you would like to look photo ready to be on like an aspirational tote bag, you can do anything you want with the hands, mudras, whatever. Inhale, and then exhale out of the pose. Give your legs a little bit of relief. You could thwap side to side. Move your block off of the mat. Stand at the top of your mat, and then inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back to a downward facing dog. And then lower your knees down. Walk the hands forward until you are in something of a knees down plank pose. And now we are going to play with just another one of those energetic cues. So send a loop of effort from the inner armpits down the arms towards the thumb side of the hand. Loop that effort under the hands and then draw it up from the pinky side of the hands all the way up to the outer armpits, outer shoulders. Notice what happens when you fire up. Send that loop of energy or loop of effort from the inner armpit down towards the thumb, under the hands, and from the pinky up towards the outer shoulders. And then in the lower body, engage from the outer knees up to the outer hips. Draw the outer knees up towards the outer hips. And then keeping all of that effort and as soft a jaw as possible, slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. And then once the belly is down, soften, relax, untuck the toes, spread the toes open on the mat. Press the tops of the feet down. And inhale, reach the breastbone forward and up into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Do that a few more times. You decide where and how to place the hands, how much of a back bend you'd like. But please do move with your breath and keep the actions of the lower body. So continue to extend the legs long behind you, spread the toes wide, and press the tops of the feet down. Come up and down 2 more times. And then press back towards a child's pose. And then bring yourself up, swing the legs out in front of you. And if it suits you, you could slide a blanket under the sitting bones. Seated twist. Options are to, I'll start with the right leg bent. So bend the knee and maybe you bring the foot in towards the sitting bones. Maybe you cross the leg over the extended leg. Really up to you, and how close or far away the foot is also entirely up to you. But prioritize a position that allows you to keep reaching the spine up tall. So if you find you can get your foot close in, but you're kind of rounded in the low back, then please opt for having the foot farther away if that allows you to lift up taller in the spine. Take a full breath in and lift up through the spine. And then exhale, rotate towards your right. So this is the start of your twist. You may be holding onto the front of the leg with your arm. Maybe you have the elbow wedged against the leg. However you have it, please create a relationship of resistance between the two. So press one into the other, pull the other towards you. So you're pushing the right leg into the left hand or elbow or arm. And now rotate from the rib basket. So move your left ribs forward and your right ribs back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then inhale, rotate back to center, release the resistance between arm and leg. Extend the right leg, and now draw the left leg in, maybe in front of the sitting bone, maybe across. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up. And then exhale, twist towards your left. So land in the phase 1 portion of your twist. And now add the co-contraction or the resistance of leg into arm or elbow, and elbow or arm into leg. So pull and push. That's our phase 2. And then phase 3, move the rib basket itself. So move the right ribs forward and the left ribs back. And this is if this is your first time hearing me say it, rib basket is my new favorite term for rib cage. Chest basket or rib basket, same thing as rib cage, just a little bit friendlier. Inhale, twist and resist. And exhale here. Rotate back to center. Free the legs. Give them some movement. And then roll all the way down onto your back. Cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Nope. Yep. Yep. Right ankle on left thigh. And either press the right thigh away or draw the left leg in closer towards you. And in the figure 4 stretch, feel free to play with a little bit of movement here so that you may find if you rock in one direction, the stretch gets a little bit less intense. If you rock in the other direction, maybe it increases a little bit. You could stay at one or the other range or kind of toggle between the two. Take a full breath in towards that lateral hip on the right side. And exhale, release. Set up the second side, now left ankle on right thigh. You could use your hand to press the left thigh away. You could use your strength to move the left knee away. Or you could use your hands and arms or strap to guide the right leg in. If you did it on the first side and feel inclined to do it on this side, then you could experiment with a little bit of side-to-side movement. Take a full breath in into that left side hip. Exhale, release. Let's just do like a little eensy tweensy bridge pose, and I'd like for you to customize it for yourself. So maybe if you would like classic flavor bridge pose, feet under knees, lift the hips up. Since we did spend a little bit of time opening the back of the hamstrings, if you would like to feel some more support from your hamstrings for the rest of the day, maybe you're doing an activity that requires a good bit of leaning forward and you need to make sure that you can pull yourself back, then walk the feet farther away from you and lift the hips up. And if you're a fan of the option where we tuck the shoulder blades under and massage onto the shoulder tops, then choose that one, or any other version of bridge pose that you like, including maybe sliding a block under your sacrum and lifting the legs up towards the ceiling. Take a full breath in, fill the body with breath. And then exhale, gently place yourself down. Lengthen the legs out, extend the arms. If you'd like, you could swing your legs up onto a piece of furniture for a little inversion. Or if you'd like to feel a bit more held inward, you could bend the knees and drop them in towards each other and cross the arms over the chest. Where in your body could you create a bit more restfulness right now? Are there any areas of your body that are holding tension right now? If so, please invite those areas to soften and relax just for right now. It may take a couple invitations for a body part to remember that it can let go for right now. Please begin to take some fuller breaths. Take your fullest breath in possible. Fill all the way up. Cram jam with breath. And then let it go with an HA sigh. Do that again. Fill all the way up. Full capacity. And then let it out with an HA sound. Make some other movements in the body. Maybe a wriggle side to side. And then bend your knees and bring yourself onto one side. And then, like you're moving a Fabergé egg around, something very precious, guide yourself up into a seat. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Sense your own warmth. And then rub your hands together. Place one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. And extend to yourself an offering of support. Thank you.